For the next minutes, we're walking through an alpine meadow in the Swiss mountains. Summer. Morning. The air is cool and clean. Wildflowers cover the grass. A stream runs through the valley. Cowbells ring softly. In the distance, this is a place of perfect peace, perfect quiet, perfect beauty. Lower your volume. Close your eyes. Let the mountains carry you to rest. Let's begin. Close your eyes. Let your body settle into the earth, into stillness, into the deep rest that waits like a mountain valley, quiet and eternal. Breathe with me, in through your nose, slowly, like drawing in clean, alpine air, cool and carrying the scent of pine and wildflowers. Hold for a moment, and out through your mouth, long and slow, like wind, moving down the valley, touching nothing, asking nothing. Again, in, the breath of mountain morning, pure and simple. Hold, suspended like a cloud touching a peak. And out, releasing into the vastness of mountain sky, endless and calm. One more time. In, drawing from the heights where air is thin and clear. Hold, the stillness of a meadow before anything moves. And out, surrendering to the rhythm of mountains, which have stood here for millions of years and will stand for millions more. Good. Let your breathing find its own pace now. Like the stream, always flowing, never hurrying, just moving gently through the valley. The meadow. You are standing at the edge of a meadow, high in the Swiss Alps. The altitude is perhaps 6,000 feet, high enough that the air is thin and clean, high enough that you're above the tree line in most places. But here, in this protected valley, wildflowers grow in abundance. It's morning, early. The sun has just cleared the eastern peaks. The light is golden, soft, the kind of light that only exists at altitude. In summer, when the air is so clear that sunlight seems to have substance, like you could reach out and hold it in your hands. The meadow stretches before you, perhaps half a mile across, gentle, slopes on all sides. To the north, peaks still topped with snow despite the summer warmth. To the south, more gentle hills covered in grass. To the east and west, the valley opens, showing glimpses of more mountains. In the distance, layers of them, fading to blue. The grass is thick, green, not the dark green of lowland grass, but a lighter, brighter green. Alpine grass, short but dense, and growing. Through it, everywhere, wildflowers. You start walking. Your feet make no sound on the soft earth. The grass is slightly damp with morning dew. Cool. The flowers brush against your legs as you move. The flowers are everywhere. Small white ones with 5 petals. Larger, yellow ones that look like miniature sunflowers. Purple ones clustered together. Pink ones scattered like stars. Blue ones so bright they seem to glow against the green grass. You don't know all their names. You don't need to. They're beautiful, without names. They've grown here for thousands of years without anyone naming them. They'll grow here for thousands more. The air smells of them, a scent you can't quite describe. Green, floral, with a hint of pine from the trees at the meadow's edge. And underneath, the clean mineral scent of mountain stone and snow melt water. As you walk, you notice the sounds, or rather, the sound, because there's really only one continuous sound here, the stream. It runs through the middle of the meadow, perhaps 20 feet across. Clear water moving over smooth stones. The water comes from the snowmelt. Higher up, it's cold, so cold it would hurt to put your hand in it for more than a few seconds. But it's pure, clean. You could drink it directly from the stream if you wanted. The sound it makes is constant but varied. Where the water runs over flat stones, it makes a soft rushing sound. Where it drops over a small ledge, it creates a gentle splashing. Where it pools before continuing downstream, it barely makes sound at all, just the faintest murmur. You find a spot near the stream and sit. The grass is soft beneath you. The sun is warm on your face, but the air is still cool. This balance, warm sun, cool air, is perfect. You could sit here for hours. From this position, you can see the entire meadow, the flowers, the stream, the mountains beyond. And in the distance, on the far slope, you notice movement. Cows, brown and white, perhaps a dozen of them, grazing slowly across the hillside. They're far enough away that you can barely make out details, but you can see them moving, heads down, eating the grass with perfect contentment. And you can hear them, faintly, the bells. Each cow wears a bell around its neck, large bronze bells that ring with a deep, melodious tone. When the cows move, the bells ring. When they stand still, the bells are silent. The sound drifts across the meadow, irregular, peaceful, a sound that has echoed in these mountains for centuries. There's something deeply calming about that sound. It speaks of simple things, of animals grazing, of summer in the mountains, of a way of life that hasn't changed much in hundreds of years. The cows come to the high meadows in summer, just as they always have. They'll go down to the valleys in autumn. This pattern repeats. Reliable, eternal. You close your eyes and just listen. The stream, the bells, and underneath, the wind. Gentle, moving through the grass with a soft, rustling sound. It's not a strong wind, just a breeze. Enough to move the flowers slightly, enough to cool your skin, enough to carry the scent of pine and wildflowers. Time passes. You don't know how long. It doesn't matter. There's nowhere to be, nothing to do. Just sitting here, breathing the clean air, listening to the peaceful sounds, feeling the sun and the breeze. Eventually you open your eyes. The light has changed slightly. The sun has climbed higher. The shadows are shorter, but everything else is the same. The meadow, the flowers, the stream, the mountains, all exactly as they were, as they've been for thousands of years, as they'll be for thousands more. You stand and continue walking. Slowly. There's no hurry. You follow the stream, walking alongside it as it winds through the meadow. The path it takes is meandering, curving around small rises in the land, creating little pools in places, rushing over stones in others. In one of the pools, you pause. The water is so clear you can see every stone on the bottom. Small fish dart between the rocks. Tiny things. No, more than a few inches long. They're almost invisible, their bodies, perfectly camouflaged against the stones. But when they move, you see the flash of movement, quick and precise. The pool is maybe 3 feet deep. The sunlight penetrates all the way to the bottom. The stones are smooth, worn by water over years, decades, maybe centuries. They're various colors: gray, brown, some with flecks of mica that sparkle in the light, some streaked with white quartz. You could reach in and take one, but you don't. They're perfect where they are, exactly where the water placed them, exactly where they belong. You continue walking. The meadow slopes gently upward now. You're walking toward the northern side, toward the peaks with their caps of snow. The grass gets shorter as you climb. The flowers change. Fewer of the larger varieties, more small ones, closer to the ground, adapted to the harsher conditions higher up. At the top of the slope, you stop. From here, you can see the entire valley spread out below. The meadow, the stream winding through it, the cows on the far hillside, and beyond, mountains, endless mountains, layer after layer of them, extending to the horizon in every direction. The nearest peaks are sharp and clear. You can see individual rocks, patches of snow, the texture of the stone. The farther peaks are softer, hazier. The farthest are just blue silhouettes against the lighter blue of the sky. It's vast, but not overwhelming. The scale is large, but it feels right. These mountains have been here for millions of years. Compared to that, your life is a blink. But instead of making you feel small, this brings comfort. There's something peaceful about being part of something so much larger and older than yourself. The wind is stronger up here. It blows steadily from the west, carrying the scent of distant forests, of stone, of altitude. Your hair moves in the wind. Your clothes ripple slightly, but it's not cold, just fresh, invigorating in a gentle way. You sit on a large flat rock. It's warm from the sun. The stone holds heat, radiating it gently. You lean back, look up at the sky. The sky at this altitude is a deeper blue than you ever see at sea level. A blue so rich it's almost purple in places. And it's so clear. No haze, no pollution, just pure blue extending up into space. A bird appears, high overhead. An eagle perhaps, or a hawk. It's too far up to tell exactly. Just a silhouette circling slowly on thermal currents. It doesn't flap, just glides, riding the air, looking for movement below, hunting, or maybe just existing, moving through the sky because that's what it does. You watch it for several minutes. It circles, drifts west, disappears, over a ridge, gone, but you know it's still there, still flying, still part of this mountain world. The sun continues its journey across the sky. The light shifts from golden to white, the day warming. But here at altitude, it never gets hot, just warm enough, just comfortable enough. You lie back on the rock, look up at the sky. The blue fills your vision. Endless blue, empty blue, but not lonely, just spacious, vast, pure. Your breathing has slowed to match the pace of the mountains. Slow, deep, effortless. Your body is relaxed completely. The stone beneath you is solid, supporting you. The sun above warms you. The breeze cools you. Everything is balanced. Everything is perfect. Time passes. Maybe minutes. Maybe hours. It doesn't matter. Here in the mountains, time moves differently. Not fast. Not slow. Just at the right pace. The pace of streams and wind and growing flowers. The pace of mountains being worn down over eons and built up again. The pace of nature. Eventually, you sit up. The meadow is still there. Still beautiful. Still peaceful. The stream still flows. The bells still ring faintly in the distance. The mountains still stand, eternal and calm. You could stay here forever, or you could leave. Either is fine. The meadow doesn't care. It will be here tomorrow, next week, next year, next century, doing what it does, being what it is. A perfect place of peace in the high Alps. And so our time in the Alpine meadow comes to its natural end. 20 minutes of peace, of wildflowers and clear streams, of cowbells and mountain air, of perfect stillness in a perfect place. The meadow continues without you. The flowers still grow. The stream still flows. The cows still graze. The mountains still stand. None of it needs you to exist, but all of it welcomes you when you're there. This is the gift of wild places. They don't change for you. They don't perform. They simply are. And in their being, they offer peace to anyone who takes the time to notice. Tonight, as you drift into sleep, you can return to that meadow in your mind. The soft grass, the cool air, the warm sun, the sound of water over stones. It's always there, always waiting, always exactly as it was. The mountains have stood for millions of years. They'll stand for millions more. In that permanence, there is comfort. In that stability, there is peace. Rest now. Breathe like the mountain wind. Flow like the mountain stream. Exist like the wildflowers, simply and beautifully, asking nothing, needing nothing, just being. The alpine meadow holds you in its peace. The mountains shelter you in their ancient calm. Sleep comes like evening in the high valleys, gentle and complete and perfect. Good night from the mountains, from the meadow, from the stream, from the flowers that grow without witness, from the peaks that stand eternal. All is peaceful, all is calm, all is exactly as it should be. Good night.